Brilliance Audio presents Troll Nation by Amanda Marcotte, performed by Terry Schnabelt. Troll. 1. To fish for by trolling. 2. A. To antagonize others online by deliberately posting inflammatory, irrelevant, or offensive comments or other disruptive content. B. To act as a troll. Merriam-Webster.com, 2017. The national tragedy that was the election of 2016, in which a conspiracy theory-minded half-literate racist demagogue named Donald Trump managed to defeat the eminently qualified Hillary Clinton in the presidential race, created its own mini-media industry asking the question, why? How had this human troll, with his mugging face, orange coloring, and pussy-grabbing ways, managed to beat someone who had a long career in public service and had clearly done her homework? A number of theories were floated, including claims that white working-class America was reacting to poor economic circumstances, even though the economy was far more stable than it had been when Barack Obama won in 2008, and job numbers were largely looking good. Some imagined it must have had something to do with Clinton herself, that she had somehow run a uniquely terrible campaign and was solely to blame for the loss. But the evidence for this is lean on the ground. The sad truth is that Trump owes his victory to a very dark turn in American conservatism. Unlike right-wing ideologues of old, who at least tried to portray themselves as stabilizing and constructive, the right in the era of Trump is a movement of annihilation. They are bigoted, sexist, and mean, and often don't even try to dress these destructive impulses up in the garb of tradition or religion. They delight in cruelty for its own sake. Building something positive has no real value in this new right wing. Pissing off perceived enemies, such as feminists and liberals, is the only real political goal worth fighting for. They are, in other words, a nation of trolls. Trolling is a term that started on the internet to describe people whose main purpose online was irritating other people. It's the sort of thing that people of all political stripes used to engage in, a casual bullying for its own sake that was low stakes. But as the boundaries between real life and internet life have broken down, and as the internet has become the primary form of political communication, trolling morphed into something of a right-wing philosophy. No longer do those on the right feel any need to offer a particularly positive vision of America. Even Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," was rarely backed up with an articulated vision of what, exactly, that greatness entailed. Instead, it was an angry yelp aimed at liberal America. It's about tearing apart a new America that was becoming more feminist and racially diverse. When social progress cannot be argued against, its opponents instead turn to trolling. And Trump, ignorant, thoughtless, mean, barely literate, would be their leader. Trump's election had the strangest of bellwethers, the world of video games. It's hard to believe it now, but in 2014, a storm of controversy raged for months in the online world of video gamers and became the template for what has been deemed Trumpism. Before there was Trump, there was Gamergate, where the smaller but equally American community of video game players was torn apart as the same bitter white guys and their sad suck-up female supporters lost their minds because some women had opinions about video games. To most people who witnessed it at the time, Gamergate seemed like one of those incomprehensible internet wars that fades as quickly as it erupts. But in retrospect, it was an alarming portend of the rise of Trump, the alt-right, and an America that now has torch-wielding white supremacists starting street fights in the name of fascism. It foretold a country where the American right has devolved into a nihilistic movement, prepared to tear down the country rather than share it fairly with women, LGBT people, and people of color. Like many historical calamities, Gamergate began because a young man did not accept it when a woman told him no.